welcome to Debt Free Friday, episode 2. My name is Gia. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. And for those who are subscribed, welcome back and thank you so much for clicking this video. So today I wanted to talk about the top 5 things that kind of helped us stay on track, helped us to get out of debt quick, and that we actually still use to this day. So for episode 1 of Debt Free Friday, I explained to you guys how my husband and I, our debt-free journey, quickly kind of what we did to become debt-free, and how long it took us. And if you're interested in seeing that video, I will put a card in here and link it down below. But so today what I wanted to talk about is just the things that helped us stay on track, that I still do to this day, to motivate us to, you know, keep us a cash using household, right? Because once you get out of debt, it's like, oh man, I have all these credit cards, or credit score is just awesome, I can do whatever I want. And you've got to make sure you stay out of that frame of mind, because it's very, very dangerous. If you haven't cut up your credit cards, and if you feel like you're not all the way there where you can control your spending, then I absolutely advocate just cutting them up, doing a plusectomy, as Dave Ramsey would always say, where you just take all your credit cards and just cut them off, just cut them up so you can't even use them. So I'm going to be referencing down to my notepad here because I wanted to make sure that I cover everything, the 5 things that really help us. So the first thing is, don't buy a new car, like, ever. Dave Ramsey always says, in order to buy a new car, you need your net worth to be at least $1 million in order to offset all of the depreciation that happens when you do buy a new car. My husband and I have had our same cars for years. My husband's car is 9 years old. My car is 10 years old. We still like them. They still run, knock on wood, and we're happy with it. We're currently saving because we know the cars aren't going to run forever. So we're currently saving cash for our next car purchase so that we're ready in case anything happens, where we're ready to just, you know, take that cash and buy a new car. And you always want to buy a car you could afford. The bottom line is this: if you have to get a car note, you cannot afford the car. I know everybody's situation is different, so you know, everybody needs a car. A lot of times they don't live in an area where, you know, the public transportation is reliable, or the public transportation works for them and their family. But the bottom line is this: if you need to get a car note, you cannot afford the car. And so you've got to get in that frame of mind where it's like this. Think of it this way: when you go to buy a car, say it's like $25,000. If you had $25,000 cash, would you take and write that check to that car dealership for $25,000 and just hand it to them and then drive off with that car? If you think about it that way, it's easier to say, hey, my payment's only going to be $350 a month. I can do that for 7 years. No, trust me, if you had that $25,000 cash, you would not want to write that check for a car. At least I wouldn't. So think of it that way. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. We don't want to buy a new car. The second thing is saving while you get out of debt. It's important that, you know, you don't fall back into those bad habits. And if something happens where you just take your credit card and swipe it, you know, you need to be prepared. You know, I know Dave Ramsey always says to save $1,000 for your emergency fund, and that should cover you if anything should happen. But I honestly don't agree with that. I mean, if you're single and it's just your debt and you're not a homeowner and you kind of rent, then I think you could get away with $1,000. But if you have a family, I'm sorry, and you own a home, $1,000 just isn't going to cut it. Let me just tell you some of the things quickly that happened to us while we were getting out of debt. Our homeowners decided that, you know, they wanted to make everybody repaint their house, so we had to drop $3,000 to have our house painted, right? Then our house got struck by lightning, and we had to pay a $2,000 deductible to our insurance company before they started reimbursing, you know, us for all of the rest of the stuff that happened. And we had a busted water pipe. I mean, I can just go on and on. I mean, this all happened within like maybe 18 months. We had to come up with, I kid you not, $10,000 in cash just for that kind of stuff. We own a rental home, and the water pipe busted there, and we had to come up with cash for that. If we were not saving the way we were while we were getting out of debt, then we would have just gotten back and out in debt to pay for those things. I know it's hard, and once I start explaining how we budget and how we split the money between paying off debt and savings, it'll be a little bit more clear to you in future episodes. I do plan on doing that, but you have to remember to have enough money for the what ifs. Of course, you can't calculate the what ifs, but you have to know and be comfortable with what you think is safe for your family. Every family is different, but we'll talk about that in future episodes. So the bottom line is this: you want to save while you are paying off your debt. The third thing is this, and this is a big one: do not keep up with the Joneses. Let me repeat myself. Do not keep up with the Joneses. Who are the Joneses anyway, right? Okay, let me tell you something. You don't keep up with the Joneses because the Joneses are broke, okay? If they're all flash, 9 out of 10 times, there are no cash, you know, all flash and no cash, you know. So don't compare yourself with other people. Don't think, oh man, they're doing awesome because they have all these new things, all these nice items, material things, because that doesn't matter. And that doesn't mean that they're well off. It just means that they like to spend money, regardless if it's borrowed money or their own money. They just like to spend it. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. Focus on you and what you have. Be grateful for what you have, and things will start flowing. You'll start seeing things turn around, and you'll start looking at things like, man, instead of saying, oh man, that's a really nice car, I wish I had that, you'd say, oh man, that's a really nice car, I hope you paid cash for that. It's weird, but trust me, that's the frame of mind you want to be in, instead of wanting to spend all the time. Okay, so the fourth thing was, you know, the all flashes, no cash. I mean, that is, you know, a huge epidemic in America. Consumerism is at its all-time high. You know, credit cards, student loans, and car notes are the three things that keep the middle class in the middle class. We want to try to elevate ourselves and educate ourselves and our children to want more out of life. And it's okay if you have to work a 9-to-5 job. You can still be a millionaire when you retire. It's possible. You just have to make the right smart decisions. And I'm not saying you have to live like a pauper or eat rice and beans forever. Of course you want to splurge from time to time and treat yourself and reward yourself for all of the great behavior. It's just like, you know, a lifestyle. I mean, it's just like your health and what you eat. You know, it's just gotta be a priority in order for you to succeed at this. The fifth thing is to reduce your spending. Okay, just don't go to Target. Target is like a hole that sucks you in. You go in for one item, but you come out with 100. Okay, it just happens to everybody. Okay, when Target, here's a story. When Target had their security fraud breach where everybody's credit card was stolen, you know, and for like months, I seriously did not go to Target for like 4 months because of that. Okay, I was fine. I would just either order what I needed online or buy my diapers at Walmart. I hate Walmart, by the way. So when I have to go to Walmart, I literally just get what I need and come out. But with Target, it's just like they make it so bright and nice, and you just feel like you need this nice pen, and you need this kind of cleaner, and you need this hand towel, you know. And it's like a black hole. You just go tumbling down. Okay, you need to be conscious of every single dime that you spend. That's why it's important to do a zero-based budget, and that's what next week's episode is about. It's about making a budget literally for every penny that comes into your house. Every penny has a name. And next week, what we're going to do is create a fictional family who has an average amount of debt with an average amount of income, and I'm gonna make a plan about how they're gonna get out of debt, and I'm gonna share that with you guys. Okay, it'll probably be a 2 to 3 part series, but I'm really passionate about it. I love creating budgets in Excel and creating plans and looking at it every month. It literally needs to be like, you know, you brush your teeth and wash your face every day. You have to budget every week. It's just that mandatory for you to do, just to take control out of your life. You know, I know it can be overwhelming, but it's definitely doable. So those are the things that helped us, you know, stay focused, stay on track, and staying conscious and mindful. It's definitely a mental challenge as much as it is physically not spending the money. You know, you have to have a relationship with money that's healthful. We all need money to survive in this world. It's not the only thing we need to survive, but we definitely need it to survive. And that's why you have to really be conscious and mindful and not let your money control you. You control your money. The bills don't control you. You control your bills. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this debt-free episode. And like I said, next week we'll be creating a budget in Excel. It's like the same template that my husband and I used today, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, or you can hit me up on any of my social media accounts, which are also listed down below. And I guess I will talk to you guys then. Bye.